Oh, wait. I got to do it now. Wait. This is going to be funny. Wait. You ready? I got to do it.
This is awesome. This is amazing. I love it.
It was psychological. It was emotional. Extremely entertaining.
But as always, as we try to say here, as we said, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And as we talk about this video, please like on the video and comment on the video, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another Power episode of Iron Panther Presents. Today we shall be discussing Raising Kanan as we talk about season 3, episode 6. At one point, I thought I was watching BMF. To be real, I thought I was watching Empire. And then I was like, what the fuck is going on with this show? But I could be wrong. So with a splash of snowfall, Chris?
Oh, yeah. Oh, something that was definitely a rip of snowfall.
Well, what you got? What you got?
Oh, no, just Lulu, just the downfall of Lulu and his character in Snowfall. Same deal, like him all of a sudden having regret and him going off the deep end and
Drone.
Yeah, being drunk and doing all this other stuff. And next thing you know, he does something he's not supposed to do, and then I think is evident he's going to get a bullet. You know what I mean? He's over here talking to Scrappy's mom. I'm like, oh shit. I was like, oh shit. Like, I get it. It's eating at him. You know what I mean? Dude, like, come on. But at the same time, I'm like, man, you trying to do all this awesome stuff. What do you like? This one, I'm sorry. When you're in this, I know it's eating at you, but you better take it out on like a punching bag or something. You cannot just confess like that. Wait until like you're retired and like maybe your sister is dead or something. Like I'm sorry, you confessing to homie's mom right now, bro. Like unless you just want to die. If you just want to die, fuck it. You know what I mean? You know, or you don't give a shit about what's going on with what happens to your sister. You know, if that's the case, go right ahead. You know,
I feel like he should have took his own advice that he gave Famous, which was put it on the track. Right, like rap about it, sing about it. Right, this way there's some plausible deniability. Like.
Well, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Don't confess.
But hell, you saw Famous had to. I mean, he had to confess too. That being said, I think Famous should have confessed earlier. Famous, I get it. Rock is scary as hell, but bro, I don't know, man. You gotta live with this dude. I find it's the first time in history that someone actually lives in the place first. Someone moves in, and then that nigga tells you to get out. I'm like, bro, what? The only time I ever seen that was Tiger Woods' ex. That's the last time I ever seen some shit like that. Like, he's like, you get out, Tiger. I'm like, I was here first. I was like, nope, go.
I said so many times, bro. I feel like Famous is an abused spouse, right? And he was talking to his partner.
Did you see how he grabbed that cigarette? Like,
I'm sorry, baby. I did not mean to. I was like, oh, shit, he's about to get those hands. And then like that didn't happen. But anyway, we're gonna circle around. Kim, what did you think of this episode? Please, my friend.
Okay, so we're doing positives, right? Okay,
we're doing positives.
Positives, yes.
Because I thought Lou was a positive.
Lou was a positive. You think?
Yes,
okay.
That's the only thing that made sense to me this episode. Like he's going to die, and that made sense.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's definitely going to die. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be Rock who kills him. That's terrible, but I think so. So anywho, I loved Rock's clothes, her hair, beautiful, as usual, per usual. It's just not a lot that's positive. I do like that Rock kind of took Unique's baby mama under her wing a little bit, like, you know, calmed her down, got her to, you know, like understand this is not for life for you, sweetheart. Like, don't come at anybody else like this. Like, you're not prepared. You know what I'm saying? So, but she kind of didn't understand because she asked Ronnie. I'm like, don't ask Ronnie shit. Like, that's the one person you should not come up to, you know. But anywho, I would say, it's not very many positives. I'm so sorry. I think Lou confessing it is a positive. I could say that, but I feel like he should have went to a church and not to the person's mom who was killed.
Like to be an informant.
Never confessed to the actual family. Like, what is that? Isn't that Thug 101? Like, what are you doing? because now you've gotten like the whole family in trouble, basically, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, you don't do that to family, right? So
Yeah.
for me, it's a positive because he's getting it off his chest, but then it's also a negative because now what's the impact to him and his family, right? So yeah.
Well, so I mean, positive good storytelling, because this is going, like you said, this is going to have repercussions. Like this is like you could see how Lou is got here, and you can see where this could.
Yeah, for sure. You can see how he's got there, and you can see that he's taken the road of his father with the alcoholism or whatever. You know, kind of thinking that alcohol is going to erase the memories of what he did. You know what I'm saying? Like most alcoholics do, they want to erase the memories, but that doesn't work. You just end up dying, right? So I would say Kanan storyline was pretty good because you're starting to see him change into the Kanan that we kind of know, right? He's tougher. He actually got with all the players, you know, at which I was like, what? He's like, how old now? 6.
That's BMF.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so he's now being taken under the wing by all the drug dealers in you know, in that area. And I was like, oh, okay. So now they're starting the ball rolling. So maybe we'll be able to see actually Kanan and not Rock. So that's all my positives.
I got you, Kim. We will come back around to the little Big Meech scene in
Big Meech.
I was
Big
like,
Meech
oh
bite.
shit! I was like, he went from Tariq to Big Meech. I was like, this makes, huh?
In just one episode.
In one episode, I was like, this makes no sense.
They all drug dealers, right? Hey.
Huh? But like, be original. It's like anyway, Jamani, what you got? What you got for positives? What you got?
I positively know that Unique is dead. I'm like, you got
talk about that.
Fragments on a bat. I'm like,
debate time, ladies and gentlemen.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let first Jamani. So you feel this solidly says character is dead?
Yeah, I'm like, he got dropped off at that Yellowstone train station. Yeah, so I don't. Yeah, he's good and gone. Like the actor said it. He's gone. You know, when they're finding brain fragments, unless you can't go without air for so long. So I'm like, there's no medical treatment being given to him. He's been gone. Yeah. So,
dude, you act like this is HBO, bro. But okay.
I think so. This is my issue. I hear Joey Badass said, I'm moving on. I got a career. I got music stuff. And we said that last week, right? And if the actor himself says, I got other things to do, let me go do that, right? I still say that they made a point of saying a couple of times, we didn't find the body, so we're just saying he's dead. We didn't find the body.
They're saying it's like Jim Hoffa. It's like, you know,
this is power, bro. They always find the body.
David, let me tell you this. This is some cheap shit that's going on.
They will find the body. They will find the body just like they found Crown Kumar.
They will. I think Jamani's right. But this is to your. But you're also right as far as like interesting that they can't find the body when in Power. There's all of a sudden they find like they're looking for a body. It pops up, right? This is the writer's cheap attempt to have us be engaged in the show because they know that everyone's being like, yo, what the hell? There's no body. No one can find the body. And yes, they're throwing small stuff in there like brain fragments and hair because, like Jamani said, generally speaking, you find bone fragments. Bone fragments and hair, that nigga is dead. Or he in a coma. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's pretty much dead. He's at least comatose. You know what I mean? Yeah. But these guys, they know they could easily just find the body, right? The thing is, though, these writers are purposely trying to have us doing what we're doing right now. Talk about it and be like, they didn't find it. Oh, well, that's not what have jukebox being like, responding to Ronnie when Ronnie's like, oh, he's just on vacation. Like, that's not what I heard. And then that's it. I'm like, stop it. Man, these writers know these writers ain't shit. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They're gonna find that body, but they purposely are not showing the body now, just for this.
Yeah,
just because
I
they want this to be the biggest thing since Cat Williams' interview. You know what I mean? That's essentially what's happening here.
So I admit that I'm wrong that he's not coming back this season. I feel anyway, Jamani, I'm sorry. We did take spot.
They're not gonna necessarily. I don't think they're like Joey Badass is gone. Where he's a lead cast member. I'm like, I don't think they're like we're gonna bring him back for a whole episode and pay him his rate just to be a dead body. Like, nah, he dead.
Well, again, you don't even have that. They've already done a time jump that this is a week after episode 5.
Yeah, I think that this is the best. They actually took a break at the best time in the season as opposed to other times when there's no real rhyme or reason. Now we actually kind of feel the actual gap or length of time since the last episode. But with that, I'm changing my view on the previous week's episode based on the fight. I think it was more choreographed to be a matter of Cain and Abel. Like, it was just jealousy. Like, instead of it being like some big boulder rock, it was a bat. I think he created the right situation that Unique would hit him or would get into an altercation with him and then give him all the provocation for him to retaliate and eventually kill him, because he showed right back up at Juliana's. Neek is gone. I'm like, and I'm positive that they're going to be smashing before the end of the season. They're too kind of sneaky, crazy. Yeah, that is a toxic relationship waiting to happen.
I heard you, and I was like, off camera, bro. Like this, I do not want to see that shit at all in any way.
No, thank you.
I don't want to.
No, thank you.
I don't want to even see them in bed after the fucking. I don't want to see that. Like, all of it needs to be implied. None of it needs to be shown. Because hey, hold on, I gotta find it because DeMarcus said it. Hey, Chris, get your ass back here, bro. Because this is the funniest shit ever. Ronnie said. F Rock. No. He said, I want to fuck with you. That's what he said. I thought of Chris. I heard Chris's voice in my head when fucking Ronnie walked up to Tariq. Excuse me. I meant Tariq. And to Kanan and was like, I want to fucks with you. I was like, pause. Like, let's work on this dialogue.
No, when he said you need to be at the Olympic Palace, I was like, what the hell type of old ass club is that? Because I'm like, even in 1993, that shit sounded ancient. That shit sounded like that sounds like the exact venue that Charlie Murphy got slapped by Rick James at. Like,
in Studio 55.
Olympic Palace? What decade was this place built in?
But again, I the whole part. Hold up, I got his Kanan storyline is lit. I can't go that far. Like, I know they're trying to make him the drug dealer. He got the whole network going. He looked like Tariq. He looked like in Tariq in Power Book 2 to me.
No, he looked like he's trying to get caught because he's doing everything in open air. Like,
so that's the other part.
You step into the building.
But I'm saying, that's the Power Book 2 thing, to be like, how are you not getting caught? But this is actually worse. He's standing in the very spot that Famous got caught up in, and somehow they want us to believe
it's where
that the cops
lives. It's where he lives.
This don't make any. But I'm like, him like on the phone talking to his delivery guys. Like, I'm like, I saw Tariq in that moment. Like the mastermind making the job happen. Like, he's not the one on the street. That's what he has people for.
I did not. He was threatening people over the phone. I have never heard Tariq.
Yeah, but Kanan would not be the one running. I mean, he's Kanan. Like, think about that. He would not. I would never see him as the guy standing outside. If he has a crew.
Now, no, wait. I'm gonna impeach that.
Drugs. He has a crew to run the drugs for.
No,
Kanan is a boss.
No, wait. We're talking about Kanan Stark, right?
Yes.
We're talking about No, we're talking about Game of Thrones now.
No, I'm saying OG power because he told Tariq.
Yep.
Tommy and Ghost, we all used to sell on the corner. The reason why we call Ghost is because he wasn't able to outrun the police. He was just able to outrun the both of us.
Yeah. And to this is up and starting Kanan, not OG Kanan. So he was called
again, I need you both to stop going back to the original.
That's why I asked you, are we talking about Kanan or are we talking about
this? I'm talking about just okay. We have an outline of what Kanan is. Let's go with the outline and stop going back to what he actually is in power. We have an outline, right? And the outline is showing that he's a young guy who he wants to be a boss. He doesn't want to be a runner. Okay. So that's how this show is making him. That's what they're doing in the show, right?
Yes.
So therefore, let's just outline. It's just an outline. Okay.
I'm just so
he's not a boss anymore because they basically have taken over his business and he's too dumb to realize it because he's not streetwise enough.
Every drug dealer has to learn, Jamani. Every drug dealer has to learn. He's doing it in front of his house. You don't shit where you eat. Why are you doing that? He has to learn. And this is the hard way to learn. So
I'm like, how did Ronnie know which apartment he was in? Like at the end of the episode. That like he's too
Parissa, how did she know where fucking Rock lives? Like everybody else in the whole fucking neighborhood.
She followed her.
Yeah, you saw her get out of the car, walk into the house.
I'm like, how does Rock, like everybody knows what this bitch lives, and she's made that scene shouldn't have been on camera. Like all of that was unnecessary to me. Like it should have been the cop showing up to her house, to Parissa's house saying, "We found your dead baby daddy." Bam, he is dead. And then she looking at Ronnie and being like, you had something to do with this shit. Because she's been scared of Ronnie ever since he got out of prison, right? And she saw him fighting with her baby daddy. And he's the one that told her, your man is fucking around on you. But somehow when Rock is the only one who goes, it was probably Ronnie. And she's like, what? Why would you say that? He would never do that. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, did I miss something? Like,
yeah, you did, because common sense, because this makes no common sense. Obviously, it's Ronnie. Obviously, it's not even like a guess. It's absolutely Ronnie. Why would Rock kill him? For what reason?
What? Like
getting the good pipe. Why would she get rid of that? Come on.
And then it took her a week to even go find Rock. And then she's like, oh yeah. You must have killed him because you were fucking him. No, to start off with, you were fucking my man. Have you seen my man? Is he up there fucking you? Like that's how this conversation should have went. He's been missing. Is he upstairs? Let me try to find him. That makes more sense. But you don't be like, you must have killed him because of Hightower or whoever the fuck. Like we haven't seen that dude. High Post. That's the guy in episode 1 of the series.
Yeah,
I think
that was a long time ago.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, this don't make any kind of sense.
It made sense. It's like she's saying. She confronted him about Rock and he walked out. Maybe he tried to break it off with her and she killed him. That's maybe what she's thinking in her head. And she's confronting her about that.
Obviously, she lost her mind because Rock, come on now. She would let Unique go. Like she would no.
I'm like, she's a pregnant woman with hormones. I'm like, I don't know what the hell happened with that pregnancy because all she's talking about.
Did you just say that for real? Did you just say that? Did you just say that, sir?
There has to be a reason why she's acting irrationally.
It doesn't have to be. No, it is not.
Having a pregnant woman at the house, I take offense to that.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
That's because he's trying to keep his house happy. But
exactly.
And not to mention, she started discovering the show, so I need to start watching my mouth. So shit. God damn it. How you find out?
I know how you feel. I know how you feel sometimes. I was like, damn, your spouse watches us? Damn it. The episode after a shock when they take a break is usually the episode where nothing happens until episode 8.
So where nothing happens. Yeah, no, I was just reading that comment too. Yeah. What did we learn? We just learned that Nick is just missing, and and people just let shit off their chest. You know, didn't get anything.
Well, we learned that Rock is paranoid is all shit because she showed up to that meeting saying, "I ain't like Burke. I'm staying in my car. You staying in your car." And we having this meeting over here. I don't know if you trying to hit me off like you hit her off to try to.
No, she knows that Howard would never take her out.
No, that's not what that wasn't what the implication that she was given. She was, I'm watching what's going on, and then she pulled off. Like,
but no, if you're in New York, you're going to be paranoid anyway. And if she's a drug dealer, she's going to be triple paranoid.
Yeah, that's what she meant.
The one person that could kill her and very easily get away with it would be Howard.
Yeah.
So she should be paranoid.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I going into this episode, I don't understand why they're not tying everything up to all these dead people. I'm like, Unique was in prison with Baselli's son. Baselli's son ends up dead. Then everything happens at the projects. Then Baselli dies. Then Unique dies. That seems very, very closed-ended. It doesn't sound like somebody else is involved. And we need, like, how do you get Marvin out of this? Marvin, already his case was adjudicated. He went to anger management. It was over. How do you, the guy says, a first grader could connect these dots. Yeah, a first grader probably could instead of a first grade detective because it's nothing. If the case is over, why would you? How do you connect Marvin to the Basellis? You don't. There's no connection that can be found. So you say, yeah, we can connect him to a murder in Westchester. How? For what reason? His case was over. You need to find another motive.
Well, then that goes to what we've been talking about is that all the federal stuff is happening off camera, right? Like, we don't know how they found Tony's murder, how they connected it to Sal's son, how they're not talking about Sal just being murdered, right? After Rock's people got hit by, quote, Italians, right? And they haven't even found Unique's dead people in New Jersey. Right, like we talked about how none of this is happening at all, or if it does, it's happening all off camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what the show needs to be focused on. Yes, loved how the show forgot the feds were watching Kanan. I'm like, what? Like,
no, they were watching Rock. They weren't watching.
They were watching.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, like, but we talking about he's standing in the same place. Like, he's standing in the same place where Famous got arrested. One of his people also got arrested, and somehow operations are going as smoothly as anything. And I'm like, this doesn't make sense, like, at all. Also, why did Rock go back to drug dealing? This doesn't make sense. They wasted our time.
I understand that. She's saying she can't make it legitimate, and everybody thinks she's already doing bad, so I might as well just do that.
No. That's not what happened here. She started a salon because she got her hair done somewhere else, which doesn't make any kind of whatever sense. Her pipes burst, and her response is, I was born a drug dealer. I am a drug dealer. I got to go get some heroin. What?
Yeah, that didn't make sense. That was ridiculous. It was like she was like, I tried to be a civilian by getting this hair salon. Yeah. Now I gotta fix shit. That's not who I am. I need to move away. That's who I am. I was like, what?
That's what she said. That's what she said. I gotta be a landlord.
Yes, sweetheart. When you own a business, you the landlord. So you get stuff fixed. When she was asking the girl to ask someone to fix, I was like, sweetheart, you are the one. You call the people. How come you don't know that?
All of this was a waste of time. Those cops on the street was a waste of time.
Yes.
We never met any of her fellow co-business owners who they should have been extorting before she showed up.
Yeah.
Right? Like, this was just for her to be like, hey, I'm gonna take over Unique's business. When did Unique tell her what his business was?
In bed.
Off camera. It's pillow talk. Right,
like
pillow talk.
She said twice. I don't need you around me. In fact, that's why we're not fucking, because I'm trying to get Kanan in the house. I'm trying to be a better parent. Whatever you got going on, I don't want it near my child. That's what she said. So and all she saw was the gun. All she saw was the gun, and she was like, "You just don't need to be here."
Yeah, but now Kanan's social worker was praising how well they're doing. So it doesn't matter that the social worker hasn't released the case, and because she will be back for sure.
She said it like she's
yes.
I wanted the social worker to show up when Vanessa that I wanted her to show up then, because I'm like, hold up, Kanan was not home then that night. Right. Okay, Kanan was not home the night of the party because he wakes up to Ronnie banging on the door. It's like, Famous, answer the door. Oh, I kicked Famous out. But
out of his own place.
Yeah,
out of his own place.
Wait, the thing that doesn't make any sense to me is Ronnie goes to Juliana's, right? And she's like, "You want heroin?" How the hell does she know he wants heroin?
Well, you're right.
They sell cocaine, right? And all of a sudden, I'm doing an off the books deal with you for heroin. Where is she getting the heroin from?
Also true. And how does he know where she lives? And why does she not have any kind of security? Like everybody's just walking up to this drug dealer's house.
David, I have been saying this since the beginning of the show. There is never any security around these drug dealers. Never. Now, unfortunately, well, the ones that were at the party, you saw that they had security around them, right? Yeah. Because those are real drug dealers. Rock and her brothers are not real drug dealers because they never have any type of backup ever. They just do everything on their own. It's ridiculous. It makes no sense to the story.
So I'm like, it's just like the whole Julie, I'm with Jamani. They're gonna be fucking, and I'm like, this is gonna hurt my heart like a lot because hey Chris,
I don't even want him to take his jacket off. So
right, hey Chris, what did you think? What did you think when Ronnie told Kanan he wanted to fuck with him?
I'm a booty. What? Yeah, I like the booty. It's better than drinking water.
Right. I was like,
Kim, look it up. That's he actually said that. That's a direct quote. It's better than
I like you and I want you.
You do this the easy way. You do this the hard way.
I seriously was like, he's gonna fuck Kanan and not in the way that Kanan wants to. Like, this is not gonna go well for him.
No,
like, don't do it.
Are we stereotyping people who come out of jail to just
wait. I'm not stereotyping people who come out of jail. I'm stereotyping people in the music business as per certain recent events and reveals, right? Because the biggest moment of the episode didn't come from me from that was Lulu talking to Famous. And yeah, you got that poison in you. You know the only way is for you to spit it out on that mic right there. I was like,
"What is it?"
I was just like,
I didn't think that wasn't sexual.
I was just it was very like the way he said it in the tone. It was just like very.
It was Lucius lying, bro.
Yeah, pretty much. Lying. It was Lucius.
It was Lucius lying. Yeah. Episode 1, when he's talking to old girl in the studio, and he's like, "Don't you remember your brother got shot? I want you to bring that kind of pain." And all of a sudden she started singing. I was like, this is Empire. Like, people have to, like, it was Empire at the beginning of this episode with Jukebox and fucking Famous. And then it turned into DMF. And I was like,
but after he recorded the song,
I was like, what?
After he recorded the song, and they're in the studio, right? And they're just talking. I was just like, Famous is explaining everything, and he lights the cigarette for him and everything. I was like, is he gonna ask him, do you know what FO is? I was waiting for some sort of like it just seemed very like, what is this gonna happen?
No, man.
Going on with this? There was nothing sexual about that. That was a man trying to tell him to get the
I think all the stuff with Diddy and the news has kind of got to you. The whole thing with Diddy. This has got
So speaking of that, real quick, to get to the only thing that makes this whole TLC storyline they got going on relevant to me is Marvin. his like stage dad. I love the effort that he was like.
That was so.
He's like a pageant mom,
Yeah,
he was like, my baby can do anything. My baby's the leader of this.
My baby should be number one. My baby should be in the front.
He was like,
he's the best cheerleader for his daughter. Like
I was like, this is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful.
That's the beautiful and too much. Beautiful and too much.
Of course, but isn't it always too much when you're cheering for your kids?
Yeah.
It's always too much. Like my son used to do wrestling, my other son did boxing. I'm just screaming my damn head off where the coaches had to tell me, Miss Fox, calm down. You have to calm down because you're the biggest cheerleader. And it's that, but you can't take it overboard.
That's different though. You're talking about like a sports athlete. You're like, you're talking about 3 people right there. And you're like, oh, that's right. I like when you hit that note. Like,
but
she didn't score no goal. She didn't make no touchdown.
His daughter. It's the same thing.
Yeah, don't be like that, Chris.
No, he cheered. But I'm just saying that was a little much. It was like you could cheer and be like, yes.
No. I'm not saying
for his ass to be like, Hercules.
You gotta think about Marvin's personality, though. You gotta think about Marvin's personality. He is over the top. He is passionate. You know what I'm saying? And
I think that was ad lib. Let's be real. That was ad lib.
I mean, it could have been.
No, I think it came full.
Dog agrees with me.
Wait, I'm saying I think it came more full circle than the whole Rock wanting to go back into drug dealing, because you have the way he was acting in the beginning of the episode with the audition or what have you, and then he caught himself when he was talking to Jukebox at home. He was like, yeah, I'm banging on my chest again or whatever, and it's about you. And he had his little conversation with Lulu. But even when he went to Stefano's, he was playing in the background. And Stefano's questioning Rock, and he was like, you didn't have to question her.
Yeah.
When you needed your man put down. So it's like, he's like, all right, I might step out of place or speak out of turn with my daughter or what have you, and it's the wrong thing. But when it comes to the street stuff, I'm on point with that.
I submit it's the same thing. He's paying the hype person for the person in front of him. And when it comes to the music, he's hyping up Jukebox. When it comes to crime, he's hyping up his sister. He's the one.
But I'm saying he gets rewarded when he's doing it with the street stuff, but he gets yelled at when he does it for the daughter. So it's like, the positive reinforcement is coming from the wrong places.
But that was a classic sitcom situation where the child is like, "No, stop it, parent!" Like,
You're
it felt
embarrassing me,
right? Like This Is Us, like Family Ties or some shit. And even she was like, "I went too far, Dad. I appreciate you being there." And I was like, it was a great family drama moment. It was a great family.
The only thing I was missing was that sitcom music that they played when all of a sudden there was a life lesson at the end of it. That's the only thing.
Absolutely, Chris.
I was like,
and then the credits roll, and then just
dramatic music. Yeah.
I was like, where's Sterling K. Brown? Where's Sterling K. Brown right now?
One to grow on. One to grow on.
Yeah, right. Remember? I was like, 80s, baby. I was like, Rock, you have money already to get back into the game. I don't even remember. She had like a whole
it's not about
warehouse
money.
full of money.
It's not about money.
So it's like, and then all of a sudden she's heroin now because she don't know when Unique was moving. She didn't even ask. So I bet you to speed this shit up, Stefano's just gonna give her a whole bunch of heroin, and then now it's a competition. Now it's Ronnie and his heroin business versus Rock and her new heroin business. And I'm going to be like, this is where the conflict is going to come in. Because then it's going to be Kanan versus Rock in some sense as they're distributing the drugs.
And Joaquin has just been written off into the sunset, like Symphony.
So again, Symphony, and I that's why I think of Unique as I think of Symphony. They could have murdered Symphony and be done with it. Because I don't give a fuck about that character. But they let him ride off into the sunset. So if some way he could come back, when the original Jukebox and Lobos left book 1, like Courtney Kent was like, we wanted to do more with them, but they were doing other stuff. So we killed them off. And I wish we didn't. Right. And I'm like, maybe someone learned from that to be like certain characters, you can give them a way to stay away for a while, but then they could come back. You know, and if they wanted to. Anyway, Ghost, this is true. Ghost never had security either. Not on the street. Not on the street. In the first episode of the pilot, he had all that security at the club, like he was the president or some shit, and that slowly faded away. But you're right. When he was on the street, he and Tommy were the muscle of that organization. So it's and first episode
it makes sense though. It does not make sense.
But in the first episode, they had henchmen. Remember? Because when you meet Tommy, he's with the henchman who brought old boy and his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And you never see that again. You never see that again. But like that first episode, they made it seem like he had a crew like he was running that would do some dirt. But really, it's only Tommy and Ghost that did most of the heavy lifting.
But as far as the homes go, Ghost was heavily protected in plain sight. It was, I'm the only one who has access to the penthouse. I live in a building with a doorman. It was you can't get to me if you wanted to.
Submit Kanan when he came home and was like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" He was like, "Hey, how's it going?" And he was like, "Oh, what you doing in my place?" Anyway, we're doing another show. I'm sorry. I think Lulu was transferring his feelings to Famous to himself in the studio. Yeah, there was some kind of kindred spirits.
Yeah, they both
they're both right. Mm-hmm. But I mean, Famous actually pulled the trigger and like so again, help me out. Didn't Rock kill Scrappy?
Yes. That's the part that is complexing to me because he's snitching, he's confessing, he's giving somebody else's confession, and I'm like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Like, you didn't even kill him. Like, he could go to D Wiz's mother. He's not doing that. He's going to Scrappy's mother. And I'm like, he's snitching to a snitch on a former snitch.
But again, he kept on saying he did it. I could have stopped him. Yep. And I'm like, who is him? Like Raquel did that shit. Like, so like, who's he trying to frame?
I guess he said he could have stopped Scrappy from going to. Remember, they said you're gonna have your own spot, and I guess he's saying.
So wasn't if I'm not mistaken, wasn't Lulu was the one that was supposed to pull the trigger?
Yeah, he said he's not gonna do it, and then Rock did it herself.
I feel like his guilt. Okay, fine, he didn't pull the trigger, right? But he felt responsible in the sense that he didn't really fight for him when he was accused of being a snitch. Yep. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, like he's one of us. He ain't no snitch. And I feel like there is such thing as still having guilt, even though you're not the one that actively did it. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's like one of his biggest failures in his mind. I don't know.
No, I understand that, but his story is still he killed him, and I could have stopped him. Like he makes it seem like he saw a man pull the trigger and he could have stopped that man. I was like, no, it was Rock that did it. Rock shot him in the back of the head, if I remember correctly. So I'm like, why are you? Who is this him? Who is this him you keep on talking about? Like,
unless you're talking about his girl. Unless you're talking about his girl that was murdered in the studio, and he's like mixing everybody's story together.
All the stories are in his head, and he can't.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you know, I could have stopped him. That Jamaican mother or that whole or they Haitian? Were they Jamaican or Haitian? What were they?
Actually, it was Italians. Actually, the
Italians you shot up the spots, right?
No. It was the Italians that killed him in the end. It was the Italians that killed him.
It was the Italians. Okay. Well,
but oh yeah, that's right. DeMarcus Milan was James's security team. That was vastful. That was so awesome to be like, you know, you gave me access to your whole life, right? It's like, oh shit. It's like that Superfly music they played was a bit over the top. Everything was a bit over the top. If you talk about that party, the whole thing, I was like, this is
no. The Superfly music was at the door. When Ronnie was at the door, I'm sorry. I got a question. I flag on the play on that one because I'm sorry. It's never over the top when you're playing Curtis Mayfield. All right, just never. It is never. Play that song. All right, I'll be off. I go watch the Disney Plus show and they play Pusha Man. You know what I mean? I'm like, perfect. You know. Yeah, so I disagree. I'm sorry. I disagree. That was not over the top. I thought that was perfect for a drug dealing show. It's funny. Other than Superfly, they don't ever play that song. You know.
Ronnie ain't
so as far as
he's reportedly he's been purposely been writing this way to throw the audience off. So
you think so?
And if Ronnie is not Breeze, this truly is a waste of time. Like I need Breeze to be doing this shit. I need Breeze to be the mentor. I don't need Ronnie because he just looks like he wants to, touch Kanan in a way he don't want it. Like that's how I feel. And I don't want to say that.
See,
I don't want to.
It's not just me. I told you.
I didn't want to say, but I was with Chris. I was with Chris this episode when he said it. Because like this, you don't even go to parties. He looked uncomfortable at his own party. I was like,
yeah, he did. He was very uncomfortable.
I'm like,
he's like,
what did she call them? Thugsters or whatever? So she
I was like,
out a bunch of people. Any one of them people could be Breeze. So
Breeze. All right,
no. I'm like, Ronnie is expected right now to be dead in the next 4 episodes. So Breeze is going to be going on for a lot longer. So I would expect him to be coming into the fold or to be already a part of the fold now that Kanan has now entered said fold. But if we're talking about the music, right? What the hell type of party, even in 1993, was playing Kid and Play? It's the jam and the joint.
I don't hurt nobody.
I was like, this is happy.
But the song at the end of the episode.
Play that song now. What are you talking about?
Come on, what are you talking about, man? What's wrong with that?
All the time. I mean,
Jamani wanted them to play NWA. Jamani wanted them to play nothing but Ice-T in NWA. That's what he wanted.
There's a certain type of music that those type of people listen to back in those days.
Of people. What?
What do you mean, you people?
Hey, what do you mean, you
crime
people?
Affiliated?
What do you mean, you people?
So wait a minute. The question is, how did Stefano know that Marvin was a mailman that smoked Sal? Because he's the one that ordered the hit. So I'm pretty sure off camera, for some reason, like it was Rock, and then to kind of explain how it went down to confirm that said hit was taken care of.
Right.
But to your point, how does the FBI not know that a black fucking person in a male person's uniform killed Sal, and they should be looking for said person? Oh, wait a minute. It could be the person associated with his son being killed. Maybe. And like we start connecting those dots. Which
can I say that the scene with Marvin and the white dude, I need this storyline to end.
Gerald?
Gerald, whatever his name is, why is this in here?
Okay, I can answer your question.
I think he's gonna blow. I think Gerald's gonna blow up the whole thing. Blow up the whole spot for Jukebox. I think that's what's going to happen. I feel like that's why it's in there. Like he's going to write the article. He's seeing all the stuff. He's like Tony Deep. Like Tony Deep sounds like a porn star. You know what I mean? All this other stuff, and it's going.
So he's going to make her. He's going to make it seem like her father's a drug dealer, or something like that. And then it's
something like that. That's why I feel like that's what's going to turn into.
He's going to write the truth and be like, damn it.
Okay.
See that? So, Jamani had an answer. What's up, Jamani?
He's on the cop. Marvin is on the cops' radar. I have no idea why he's on the cops' radar right now, right? But he's on the radar. When this article comes out, they're gonna have everything that they need because this guy heard the Tony Deep. He repeated it. He's gonna look into it. He's gonna who is this Tony Deep, right? And then he's going to find out. Maybe this has something to do with Renee's murder, what you did.
Oh, that would be nice if they tied it all the way back.
And then when Gerald finds out, it's going to be like, oh, you've been lying to me this whole time. And you're a drug dealer, which is something I'm like, how do you not know he's a drug dealer?
He's a drug dealer.
But it's going to be a matter of now the gloves come off and the article is going to be very unbiased. Like he's ready to write a puff piece on Jukebox now, but when he finds out that there's more under the surface, it's going to be an expose. He'll definitely he's thinking about his career.
Yeah,
how he can expand his career. So yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That will definitely do it.
That will do it. And then she's going to have to be forced to go into the military especially after looking at her test results.
And that's
I'm like, she should have had a military type of uniform on with those microphone, the Janet Jackson microphone, Rhythm Nation microphones.
Oh,
I was like,
even afford.
Yeah, I wonder where he's going with this.
I was like,
what?
I was like, how are they're obviously lip singing. I call that group Milli Vanilli. Y'all need to stop with this TLC. They're Milli Vanilli because they haven't sung. And everything is a backing track. It's a singing group, but all they do is do dance steps. It should be a dance troupe, not or a cheerleading or something. They don't sing.
Do you know?
Rehearsal.
You know, girl groups. That's what they do. They dance. They dance.
Yes, but we've never seen them sing. Like we haven't seen them in the studio. Anything. They're just like, you have a good voice, but you can obviously see that they're not singing. They're just lip singing to the track when they're dancing
like that. Yeah, that's normal. That's just normal. You know what I mean? Yeah. To your point, Jamani, if you're talking about like a group like SWV who does not dance, or In Vogue who does not dance, then yeah, it's going to be legit. But if you're doing all those dances, I'm sorry, Janet Jackson and Michael and her brother is the only ones that I can think of. That is
actually, Chris,
they're saying TLC, dancing.
But
Janet has a track too.
Michael does not. Yeah. Michael never used a track. Michael always danced and he would sing. But Janet, unfortunately, she always has a track.
Yeah. Well, so I mean, so there you go. She's one of the best artists out there, and she has a track.
Period.
Yeah. So that's just normal. That's just normal. You know what I mean? A lot of they don't want to admit it, but if you're doing all that dancing, you're not really singing. It's really not.
Real quick, to get back to the park scene, the white dude that popped. I love the fact that his credit line is random white dude. Like that's his official, like on the yes. Yes. Please, you go back and watch the credits. I love because I love to see those kind of small characters, how they're labeled. He is random white dude or random white guy or something like that.
Oh my God.
He should have been one of the guys that Marvin sold drugs to at the club.
That's who I thought it was at first. I thought someone in the bathroom. I thought it was someone in the bathroom.
That's what I was like. It's that dude, because that makes more sense. But like Jamani saying, tying it back to Tony, that makes a better storyline. If this does lead to this investigative reporter looking into Tony Deep and writing the story, now it makes sense of why she's brought up twice in the same episode. Right? It's right now, like, oh, they're gonna put this together if these writers have some type of
because her murder was never solved, right? Because she was murdered in the bedroom with the boyfriend, right? Yeah. So that makes sense. That does.
If they go that far, I think we're giving these guys too much credit.
They have to. They can't be doing. They have to. They can't be doing all this just for this shit to go nowhere. I know the show we're talking about here. I know the show we're talking about here, but. Come on, man. At this point, this thing has to end with Marvin going to prison. Chris, it just has to.
Chris. No, but I'm saying, like, for them to leave that hanging thread of Scrappy's mother last season and then to bring her back now, I think that they're finding a way to tie stuff together. So I kind of have faith in the whole Tony Deep thing being
going somewhere.
The thing that ties everything together for Gerald to know that the Renee thing was a retaliation. All the clues are going to come together to paint one picture.
And as you brought up, no one is investigating Burke's murder, death, suicide. Like they let that shit slide. Like she's definitely her girlfriend just disappeared. Her girlfriend just disappeared. Like nobody gives a fuck.
See, let me tell you why the most unrealistic thing about that is it happened to a white person and no one's investigating. That's just crazy to me. I'm sorry. The fact that she's white and there's nothing.
A woman.
Oh yeah, the woman thing kind of takes a tick off of it, right? Yeah,
Ronnie is
unless she's kidnapped. She's kidnapped. They'd be all over that shit, You
so silly. Breeze was never Kanan's mentor. He was his business partner. Fine. I'm just saying. At some point, though, he needs to introduce.
What if Breeze is the white dude that kind of put Kanan on, the one who basically tried to say, "Hey, you're just a kid. I'm a grown up."
Oh, Paul? No, he's not Breeze.
No, it's not that dude. It's not that dude.
He kind of gave him an end, like, "Yo, this is what I do." This I like.
Hey, Chris. Yeah. Thank you for bringing that up. I felt like I was watching a pimp scene because white dude comes out. It's like you took my drivers. You took my drivers. And what was Kanan's response? Bitches chose me.
I said,
like, what you want
so
to do?
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Right, and then he turned to said bitches and was like, "Yo, you want to work for him?" He's like, "No, daddy, we want to work for you because we make money with you." He's like, "What you want me to do?"
Said, go on, bitch, go on to him.
Right. He said, go work for daddy. And bring
I put in some money. That's so true. That was so true. That was such an old school 70s pimp film right there. That's what that was.
To your point, right? If Paul is Breeze, right?
Yeah.
That statement that Kanan said, there's been plenty of grown men that have been put down by kids, then that would be a foreshadowing for what happens with him and Ghost.
Oh shit. Oh, bars. Actually.
Look, wait. Chris is like, wait a minute. I take all that back.
I think I'm now in the Paul is Breeze camp now.
I was like, none of that is happening.
It's gonna be like a team of one on this idea, but whatever.
I feel Kanan needs to kill white dude or kill famous before the season's over. I
thought Ronnie was going to kill him. I thought didn't it look like Ronnie was going to take him out? He's like, I don't like the way you treated him.
Nah, I think
that's what Supporting Gaming is saying. They're saying that they think Ronnie's going to kill Paul.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, that makes more sense. But famous needs to be killed by Kanan. That's the only way this should go somewhere. Breeze wasn't. I got that one. What else we got? We got Marcus. That was so random that henchman was walking up to Marvin and asking who he was, and then
was random. That was really random.
How about your child is with you and you're like, Tony Deep, the deep throat, the one sucking that dick, and
that girl.
Don't say that to mama when we come home, but be like, hey, yo,
let's go.
I was like, you
did you see how he was rushing? Did you hear what? Okay, how crazy is it that that dude had the audacity right when Marvin told him to basically kick bricks, right? This dude like took his kid and did that little look. Oh, I'm taking my kid out of here. Like, did you see that look he gave him? Like, like
it's his fault. He started that. Like, being quiet, and then you come.
And oh my God, I'm getting my kid out of here. Oh my God, like what? Man, take your white mayonnaise stuff somewhere else, man. What the hell was that? That was so cringe.
Left Eye Lopez. I feel like perhaps I feel like TLC. I feel like Jukebox is T-Boz. I feel like that's my feeling. They're both kind of tomboy. If they let Jukebox be the tomboy she is, she could be a good T-Boz.
Yeah, that's true.
Sure. All right.
And since they've already introduced TLC in this universe, because Kanan brought it up, right, when he's like, "Oh, we got new TLC." Old manager could be like, "That's the standard. Like, this is what we're trying to do from like a New York, Queens perspective," and they could be using that as an example. If not that I want to keep on seeing the singing shit, like I do not like at all.
Nobody
does.
Nobody does.
I'm like, she's 18. Marvin says she's 18. So what she need permission for?
Also, thank you, Jamani. Like all of a sudden they time jumped, and now these both, and I'm assuming. Oh, also, Jukebox is not the juice box that we know. We saw Jukebox trying to stop her cousin from getting into this drug stuff. Like that's not the Jukebox we know. Like she's nowhere near where she's supposed to be. Like again, this is that sitcom situation where like the cousin is like, "You don't want to do that, Kanan. You're a good kid trying to go to school. You don't want to be involved in this craziness." And he's like, "Thank you, cousin. Thank you for saving me." And then we go to credits. And like, the more you know. And I'm like, what are we doing right now?
This whole episode was an after school special to me. I was like, I wanted Lulu's character to be like played by like James Avery, and it like him be a fake Suge Knight or something. Like it was just like, it was like, this is what happens, like the aftermath of being a murderer. Your conscience will not let you rest. It was just like, it was very moralistic this episode.
It seemed like Marvin was the Carl Winslow then. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I
was Chris. It's funny. I was trying to think of the black father we could reference that hasn't gone to jail, and I was like, Carl Winslow.
Yep, Carl Winslow.
I was like Carl Winslow. That's who he is now. That's who he and like. But like, I feel like they're going too far with it though. Like it's too over to the other side, right? Like this hard street dude who again called his daughter, a girl faggot and choke the shit out of her. It's
not like beat her ass. I mean, even though let's be real, she said some foul shit too. So, but
I'm saying that father is now like, can I talk to you? Is it okay? Can I get your plate? Can I put it in?
He said, I want you to tell me how to parent you.
I was like, this is
yeah, but he's at least trying. No, he's at least trying. He understands what he did was wrong, and people are entitled to change.
I know.
We cannot. I think what David. That whole argument he had with Jukebox. You gotta understand that they're changing the character because people. It's showing that people can change how their outlook on things. They can show love to their children. They can start to understand how their children feel. So there's nothing wrong with the way that they're gradually making Marvin become.
That's not gradual.
He should have been in the first place.
That's not. Okay, to your point, if it was gradual, okay, but like I think like David's kind of right in the sense of like,
well, it's a TV show.
It's a complete 180.
We'll have like forever, okay, and he's not the only character on the show.
I understand. No, I understand, but it's just like you can make him a supporting father and just be like a gradual father, but then not have him all of a sudden be like I said, a pageant mom. Like he didn't give a shit about what Jukebox was doing in the first season. Now all of a sudden, within 2 years, because he changed that much, now he's like, that's my baby. Like
also, the show is okay. This show's not going to go on forever, right? So everything is going to be sped up. So and Marvin is not going. Either Marvin's going to jail this season or next season.
Oh yeah, he's definitely going to jail.
Going away.
He's definitely going to jail. Yeah.
So that's why they're speeding up his changes.
His arc. They want Jukebox. They want Jukebox to miss him when he gets arrested.
Doesn't that usually happen when you're like isn't that? I mean, I thought they're going to do the whole trope where like, oh, you go in prison and he's like, don't be like me. Like that whole thing where it's like, you know what I mean? Like he goes to prison and he realizes the wrongs of his ways. There was nothing happens when I'm trying to say like there wasn't anything that happened from season one.
Defining moments.
Yeah, a defining moment where all of a sudden like it wasn't like she almost died. It would be one thing of like, let's just say Jukebox almost died, and then it just like he was like, oh my god, I almost lost my daughter, or he almost died. Well, I mean, I guess he got shot.
No, it was the Renee thing. You think it was
a Renee thing?
They want to tie this to Renee that going through the counseling for anger management and then which really gave him the step like the fact how he healed his relationship with that dude in the projects who somehow just stopped showing up, like that was the first step to show like he's a different person, right? But like what I'm saying from a parenting perspective, there was no moment. Like Rock had her moment. She's like, I almost got killed. My project got attacked. Right, I'm out the game. Like that makes sense.
But couldn't it have been when Jukebox was like, I hate you? Like so I hate you. That when a child tells you that they hate you and you gave them life, oh my God, that you've done something fucked up. You've done something wrong. Like that is that right?
I mean, no. If they say they hate you, it's like either you just so fucked up or you just took keys away from.
No.
I'm sorry, Kim. I understand
that you give birth to is like they can't stand you. They hate you. That is a defining moment in your relationship with your child.
Oh, I thought you just meant like someone saying you.
Horrible. That is horrible for any.
Because I was gonna say teenagers say I hate you to their parents, unfortunately.
And you think that you think when you become a parent, as you're going to become a parent, when that happens to you, you will understand that is devastating for someone you brought into this world.
It depends. I'm sorry. It depends. I'm gonna tell you this: if he starts acting up, if he does some shit or whatever, like forge a test or something like that. And then I'm like, yo, you're punished or whatever. He's like, I hate you, and runs to his room. I'm like, let the little nigga go. I'm sorry. That type of hate,
that's
I'm
not the same. I hate you. That is not.
Yeah.
It's not the same. I hate you. It's different.
We gotta get to all the we gotta get to all the Queen's men. We gotta stay on time.
Okay.
We gotta stay on time. So, all right, Chris. Any final words?
Episodes are. I know what these writers are trying to do with this whole unique thing. They're going to try to. They're trying to extend this whole thing. They're not going to they're going to have us be like, hey, what's going on with Unique's body? Like it's going to be like a whole Waldo thing, and just for people to be enticed and all this other shit. So I don't. They need to quit it. just say that he's dead. You know what I mean? Like everyone kind of said the same thing. Like Joey, I mean, Joey's saying what in interviews that he's moved on. If that's the case, like, I mean, does STARZ not have that memo? Just hurry up and find his damn body. Like, this is like it's making folks like us just debate this crap. And yeah, I don't know. I don't see, again, Lulu and probably Famous, like they're gonna be out. Well, especially Lulu. At least Famous just got kicked out the apartment. So I just knew he was gonna get some hands put on him. You know, that luckily he didn't. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what happens next episode. Hopefully we get a little bit more answers and more questions. So that's it. See you guys. Oh yeah, and don't forget to like, comment on the video. See y'all tomorrow for
subscribe.
Oh, and subscribe as well. Don't just like and comment. You subscribe as well, please.
Thank you, Chris. And Echo is on Monday.
Oh, I mean, yes, Monday. I'm messing everything up. I'm gonna go now.
Damn it! All right, Kim. Any final words for this story?
Oh my gosh, can we get rid of Famous? Just please. That the whole rap thing was so whack. I have to go back into the vault, the language vault. It was whack. Okay. So I need that to go away. I need Jukebox to fail as a singer quickly. Let's hurry this along. Let's get her into where she needs to be, which she needs to become a thug like everybody else. Kanan is a thug, and he's going to, we know, go deeper and deeper into this thug life. I saw a lot of people having an issue with Kanan taking a picture with all the thugs. And we see this all the time. Like, if we go back into the vault of 80s and 90s and 70s drug dealers, what do they always do? Especially BMF or Supreme. Remember Supreme?
And I feel this is what they were trying to be inspired by. I think that's inspired that scene. I think again, my personal problem was like it was so much like BMF, and then number two, it's like he's not there yet. He got some runners. You know what I'm saying? Like they think.
Well, I think that's about to change. I think that was what they were trying to show you, is that now he's got these people behind him. Right. So the enterprise is about to change, because for sure, I can't remember who said it. I apologize, chat. Someone in the chat said it, that Paul is definitely going to be killed. He is, because we don't need him in the organization. Because remember, Ronnie, even though it's Kanan's, and Ronnie's going to act like he's partners with Kanan. This is Ronnie's organization. Let's not even blink about that, right? Ronnie's going to be running this, and he has plenty of backup, as we see, right? So I think that's what that picture was. We're gonna, we're taking him under our wing, so that anybody who sees that picture knows, don't mess with Kanan, because we got him. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that was a signal to other people, on the street. So anywho, and so Rock, like you said, David, makes no sense why she went back to the streets. None. This was a dumb storyline in the very beginning, when she was like, I don't want to do it anymore, and da-da-da. Come on. If it's in your blood, it's in your blood. Just do you, boo. Just do it, right? So anywho, I don't really have any predictions. I'm hoping, is it next episode where she's going to be shooting somebody in that black leather? I think it is. Anyway, all right. I can't wait to see who it is. But anywho, okay, so everybody, thank you in the chat. We really appreciate you. We need you to like, comment, and subscribe, and please hit the notification so that you know when the next video is coming. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. See you soon. All right, Jamani, what you got?
Scrappy's mom's about to go on a camping trip and not come back. I
love it.
I just want to make a comment on that. The song that ended the episode, I was like, I had no idea that that Mr. T stole I Pity the Fool from Nina Simone, but okay. Some other things, the beat that Famous was rapping to, that sounded like Christmas music because it had like bells in it. I was like, this is the saddest Christmas song I've ever heard, but all right. I'm trying to figure out, like, you have the whole picture that was taken, but I'm like, This is a fed picture. This is gonna tie you to stuff you have nothing to do with. I would have never been in that picture. I'm like, I don't know or associate with any of these people. I'm not trying to be on whatever radar that they are on now all of a sudden, because I'm like, why is everybody just switched into heroin? It was like, even in Force, they're talking about heroin. Now in this Power, it's heroin. Like, what? I understand there's an opioid crisis or whatever. Are we trying to get more viewers from Middle America or something? We can stick to crack era. This is 93, Black Mayor, just like it is right now. And then Giuliani comes in at the end of said year, which means that club Lulu has in Manhattan, he ain't gonna be able to afford that, because what Times Square is right now is where that club is, and I don't think he's gonna be able to afford that rent once they start with all the Giuliani policies and stuff, which is something I'm hoping to see happen in season 4. But as of right now, the whole Marvin situation there's too many things pointing towards him. I think that this is the reverse of Carlito's Way. Carlito's Way was he felt as though, I'm trying to change and turn over a new leaf. I'm not going to kill Benny Blanco. And then he comes back at the end and he kills him. He couldn't let Tony Deep go. He killed her. And now that's coming back to bite him in the ass. So it's a matter of whether you let the street stuff go, let some street stuff go, or either it's going to come back and bite you in the ass one way or the other. So, Lulu just needs to hurry up and die. Marvin is going to do it, because Marvin is Juliana and Rock don't kill anybody really. Like, Rock killed Scrappy just to prove a point that she could do it. Like, if nobody else wants to do it, then I'll do it. But she usually outsources. She'll get Kanan to kill Howard.
Now I get you.
He's like, yeah, my husband was a problem until he wasn't. So
we gotta see, man. We gotta see. We got 4 more episodes. It'll come together. Anything else?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just like and subscribe, and leave a permanent comment.
Thanks, Giovanni. See you soon. All right, guys. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. Please join us for our next video, which will be All the Queen's Men. This is the link to that video. We do appreciate you hanging out with us. And as the crew said, please like, share, and comment, and subscribe. And we will be here next time. I will say thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. I see people watching us in the chat.
I enjoy the view very much. I don't know what the fuck I was watching.
Rewatch this when we're done. Rewatch this. You'll see what we're talking about. You'll be like, oh shit.
Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
What do I go there?
Oh shit.
Casey, do your thing.
Fuck that shit.
But anyway, please like and share and comment on the video and all that kinds of stuff. As they say, we're just going to end this broadcast and say bye.